Okay, sorry about the window sound. I was trying to make sure it ain't too loud for my ears, but welcome to Firecracker Week, everyone. It's always the best time of year for us, for this channel. Firecracker Week, for of course the summer's biggest race, and it all begins today with our first of two Firecracker 400 practice sessions. This one will be in the daytime, while the one tomorrow, which was originally scheduled for today, will be at night. I'll reveal the newer Firecracker schedule a bit later, after this, but we'll discuss the format for today's practice session. So it'll be 25 minutes long. Of course, Daytona is 2.5 mile long super speedway, 31 degrees of banking in the corners. And as for the weather in Daytona Beach, it's rather cloudy and still very warm, 89 degrees Fahrenheit, with 9 mile per hour towards the south. So gonna be pretty. So we've never had a cloudy Firecracker 400 practice session. Well, I think I'm not sure if we had one or not, but this will be interesting to see how these cars will race in the cloudy conditions. And of course, this is the complete Firecracker League schedule. Of course, doing the first practice right now. The practice two, or I guess the night session, is gonna be tomorrow night, which is supposed to be today, but it will be tomorrow night instead, because I just kind of want to space everything out. The WaterTech duels are set for Saturday, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. The Fast 6 qualifying after the duels will be at 8:30. The mystery Daytona race, I will not reveal anything but the mystery race until it premieres. That'll be at 8:30 Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And of course, the Firecracker 400, the summer's biggest race, will be on July 4th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But enough for that. Let's officially get Firecracker Week underway. So here we go. Firecracker Week is officially underway starting with this brief practice session here in the World Center of Racing. We got one car driver out. If I can get my camera. Alright, what am I doing? That's Kellen Baker, the 2020 Golf Summer Series champion. Motor drivers winding up here. Of course, I did get all the patriotics done. Barely got all of them. That was a lot of work for these paint schemes. There's Random J coming out of pit road. Whoopsie as well. Daniel Voiles. I wish I had the points pulled up, but okay. Or y'all hearing me instead of... Oh, yeah. I try getting the points pulled up, just kind of add some more storylines, I guess. Oh, guys, the driver's still on pit road here. Crown coming out now. Of course, Crown very dominated our last race at Meadowlands, but lap traffic and bad pit strategy ultimately cost 31 the race. Early coming out, Dan Mattiello. So far, Kellen Baker's going to be the first one to put up a lap here at Daytona. Trying to find the point standings on my phone here. Okay. So currently, Kellen Baker is 23rd in points. Of course, had that absolute bizarre issue in the Meadowlands of having one of his gears, having a broken gear during sort of the mid portion of the race. Basically killed any chances for that 21 team to win. Of course, Max Burness, the other driver who had mechanical issues in the Meadowlands. Right now, he's side by side with Patrick Miller in the 33, the Olympic car. That's several, I guess, Olympic cars or Team USA / Olympic stuff in this field. Currently, Alex Mullen is the fastest driver in the one car, while his teammate and defending Firecracker 400 winner, there's the 40 of Nixon in that Firework Oreo car. Now, Nixon has the opportunity no previous Firecracker 400 has ever done, and that is to defender win. So this is going to be... The Nixon has a great opportunity at chasing history here this week, here in this Firecracker week. But let's cut to the fastest driver. That being Alex Mullen in the 1. So no packs have formed quite yet, but wouldn't be surprised if we have packs forming here soon. Let me increase the volume a little bit for the cars. Let me just pause it there real quick. I don't want it, again, I don't want it too loud. Okay, that should be okay. Don't crash, okay. Yeah, it's a little louder. I don't want it too quiet, but I don't want it too loud either. It's always hard trying to get the audio right on these things. So we got potentially a pack forming here. Bradley Ream 3 wide with Jordan Forbes on the outside and Ryan Wolseley, the 2022 Gulf Summer Series champion, on the inside there. So we're going to have some packs start. So we do have some packs starting to form, but we still have a lot of cars still basically by themselves. Nathan Stapleton now passes on the board in the 97, 46 point. Oh, never mind. Alex Mullen back on top of the board, 46.39. Now, when we do the Fast 6 drivers, that will be measured under miles per hour as opposed to times. So that'll be one difference with the Fast 6 as opposed to the standard stuff we usually do for practice and qualifying. So Wilson is second, Stapleton third, Riley Spurley fourth, Johnny Hernandez fifth, Bradley Ream sixth, Anthony Hernandez, I'd rather seventh, Brendan Beal, the defending series champion, eighth. As soon as I say that, that immediately changes, but the 1 and 48 still on top of the board so far. The RC drivers showing some speed here at Daytona, trying to, of course, next hand, drilled from last year, drives from this year, and they're trying to defend that Firecracker 400 win. So Stapleton's now back on top of the board as of now in the 97, 3 wide off turn number 2 with Brendan Beal, who's currently third on the board. Joe T is also up here, second on the board. Jordan Forbes rounds off the rest of the top 10. As all the other drivers, I'm pretty sure all the other drivers I mentioned at least once. So I want to try mentioning everyone here today. Let's go on board for the defending series champion. So the lead driver of this pack, I want to look at the other packs, is the 06 of Madison Chase. Stapleton looking to the outside of her. Joe T in the 8 car here as well. Alexander Val has been off to a very impressive start this year. Of course, the Madhouse Classic winner. He's currently third in points. Only 3 points back from the points leader, Bubble Pop, who we'll mention later. Of course, Anthony Hernandez trying to get that final crown jewel win. He and his father, Johnny, trying to get that final crown jewel win for that team. Hernandez Racing has won everything you can think of on this channel. Talladega, Darlington, Bristol, the Roval, a championship, but not the Firecracker 400. Just the last thing they need to accomplish. And so far, it's proven to be a very hard challenge. So far, it's proven to be a challenge. Hernandez Racing has made those other achievements seem pretty easy. They got all those wins in the span of like a year and a half, but going into our 5th Firecracker, they've still yet to come up victorious here in the World Center of Racing. Speaking of victorious, there's Gutierrez, of course, the driver who won our first earlier super speeder race this year at Tennessee. And unfortunately for Gutierrez, he's currently the slowest on the board as he's not really worth any pack as of right now. Kellen Baker also here as well next to Caleb Rose. Rose has been an absolutely miserable start to the year for Caleb Rose in the 59, currently dead last in points. So, which is definitely underwhelming for the well-fan driver who got his first win during the last race at Minnesota last year. There's Alex Mullen up pit road. Keyshawn Richardson Trying to come off a last place finish in the Meadowlands after getting involved in that massive lap number 2 wreck. That was a huge wreck. That probably, I said it in the race, it's probably going to alter the course of the entire championship. Just how many big name drivers are involved in that. Anyways, Philip Torres side by side with Dylan Matthews in the 49. Torres is currently 14th. Matthews is 15th on the board. Jack Haas also here in his first Firecracker 400 with the winner from the last race, Ross McTrain, looking to the inside to 57. Ross McTrain, that was definitely a very impressive win for that 45 team. They were able to time their pit road strategy almost perfectly, and he beat out both Santavala and Crown. And that shot McTrain up into the top 10 in the standings. Meanwhile, Dan Mattiello, longtime channel veteran, in his fifth Firecracker, currently 13th on the board. A lot of drivers here making their 5th Firecracker 400 start on this channel. Razor, we had 5 Firecracker, we're about to have 5 Firecracker 400s in this channel soon. There is the Blue Angels, number 90 Navy car for Matthew Hill. This is his 3rd Firecracker. His first was 2021. He skipped out during last year's PSL, so by that consideration, he is technically a rookie. But this is far from his first Firecracker. But Daniel Voiles in his 2nd Firecracker 400 had a very fast car last year in this race. And he did well in the duels and in the race, but unfortunately was just not able to get the job done. But Voiles for a shot of redemption here this year. Now, I made this kind of short because I'm probably going to do duels pretty soon after this. I need to go back to editing duels. Because, I mean, I kind of I don't want to delay this stuff. I really don't. Anyways, Braden Carruthers is also here in the 20. Got an impressive top 10 performance. Or was it top 5 performance during our last race in the Meadowlands, despite having some damage during that big lap 2 crash. As already mentioned, Nick Sant, Roberto Crown a little bit. And there's Random J, another big name driver deeper in the point standings. He was 2nd to dead last, only beating out Rose in the standings. Random's currently 11th. That Team USA Delta Olympic car. Kyler Sustry also here. Sustry had a very solid. Sustry as another driver had a very good run in the Meadowlands. Currently 21st on the board. I already mentioned Patrick Miller a little bit. And there's your points leader, Bubble Pop in the 18 in her first Firecracker 400 start. Bubble got a top 10 during her first Super Speeder race in Tennessee. And if Bubble can at least get a decent finish, she could definitely maintain the points lead, especially if we do have a chaotic Firecracker 400 like we've had the past several years. And the other driver in front of her is Jason Albert in the 84, also having a solid start to the season thus far. Currently, Albert is in the 5th position in points and is currently 14th on the board. Meanwhile, Patrick Miller is currently the fastest driver on the board, with Fernandez 2nd, Burnett 3rd, Albert 4th, Stapleton 5th, Sustry 6th, Random 7th, Roberto Crown 8th, Joe T 9th, and Beal 10th. And there is Matthew Burnett in the 2. Cherry Coat car. We've got a Coke and Pepsi car this week, so it'll be interesting to see which car is going to win out the Cola Wars here at Daytona. There's Jordan Forbes, once again the Mario Patriotic, with Skylar Taylor behind as well. Brad Ream going 3 wide into turn number 3, splitting Wilson in the middle, and Lipsy, Radley's teammate, to the outside there. Yeah, I think that does it for pretty much. We're going to talk about Riley Spurley in that Castro Edge Patriotic car. Very nearly won his first ever start in Tennessee, but unfortunately, Gutierrez was able to time his move and get around the 28 car during that race. Anthony Hernandez coming up here. I think we mentioned pretty much every driver here in this practice session. Let's go back to that big pack and find it. Oh, we're setting split. Yeah, I think it mostly split. Yeah, mostly split. That's the biggest pack I can click on board with. Just go on board with Haas. Why not? Very cloudy it is here in Daytona. course, as with tradition here in the Firecracker 400, we have everyone has a even if you don't have a patriotic scheme, you do have the patriotic banners. I was probably not a good place for us to try to merge back onto the track. Surprise everyone in that pack got through that unscathed. Sushai is now back on track. But Patrick Miller in the 33 is still the fastest with defending Firecracker 400 winner. Nick Stant right behind him. Jordan Stout also up in here. It's another driver. Jordan Stout's another driver. Another big name driver is kind of struggling in points. Come also close in this race so many different times. But unfortunately, luck has not been on Jordan's side. He came to this race 24th in the standings, grew 20th on the board as Miller gets forced up outside by Nick Sant. Matt Fermanek potentially catch up these 4 drivers and form a pack here soon. Now, of course, this is a shorter, like I said, this is a shorter session than the previous preseason Thunder sessions, but if you don't like your cars here, you can probably, I think, the second session at night will probably have a better, these drivers have better understanding of their cars in that second practice session at night, because, of course, the Firecracker will be under the lights. But this session should potentially offer some good notes for the duels, because the duels will be in the daytime, albeit hopefully that race won't be under cloudy conditions. So we'll see. Oh, Madison Chase going 3 wide along with her teammate Santa Vala, forcing Joe T to the middle and Beal to the outside, as those two have absolutely no help whatsoever. So far, pretty, I want to say aggressive racing. Like, hasn't really been too many aggressive moves, which is probably for the better, because you're going to use this, because these cars, you better make sure these cars are going to last in this longer Firecracker week. It's an 8-day Firecracker week. You're going to use these cars tomorrow night, the duels. If you make the Fast 6, you're going to use it there, and of course the big race as well. So you got to make sure you do not ruin these cars by any means necessary. I'm going to board someone else. Not the defending Firecracker. Oh, got another pack here. I'll go with mixing. I might go with mixing later. Now these group, and now this pack's about to catch up to Burnett, who's all by himself in the 2. It's like they're probably gonna no, they're gonna stay. Everyone's gonna stay towards the those two drivers will stay on the inside. Slow down the rest of the pack. Random's able to break through from that. Look at some of the slower drivers if I can do that. Caleb Rose currently slowest on the board. I think he and Kellen Baker haven't really been in the pack all day. Daniel Voiles also in the slower times, despite him being in a pack. Gutierrez still back in the board. Nick Stant back on the board, down towards the bottom of the board as well. Brandon Carruthers as well. Carruthers, of course, won. Of course, Carruthers and also Random were the duel winners from last year. Carruthers won the first duel. Random won the second duel. Carruthers' duel is actually the third. It's actually, no, the 4th closest finish in channel history. Currently, right now, it's a tie between the Pepsi Showdown in 2020. The current for the closest is a tie between the Pepsi Showdown. You know, it is the 3rd closest. It was like 3 or 4 1,000ths of a second. That's right. Currently, it's a tie for the closest channel finish between the 2021 Pepsi Showdown and the Armory Digital Race in 2022, of course. And then the last year's duel was like 3 or 4 1,000ths. I don't know the number right on top of my head, but actually I'll look right now. I probably should know. It's my own damn race. How do I not know? Yeah, 4 1,000ths of a second. Currently the 3rd closest finish. Yeah, 3rd closest finish, because it's currently right now a tie between the 2. So about 6 minutes remaining here in Daytona. And that might explain why Nick Sanders has the fastest time. He's not really in the pack right now. Oh, we'll look at that. One more Staples in here. So Patrick Miller's still on top of the board. Here's his pack once again forming here. On board random. So aggression's starting to pick up here, especially in this pack. Crown and Random were two very aggressive drivers during Tennessee. Of course, both of them were involved in wrecks. They're involved in that last wreck in Tennessee. Hopefully, in the case of both of them, hopefully nothing will happen either right now or in the duels or in the race, because you don't, because especially where they're at in the standings, you don't want to get in there. There's CC Taylor coming down pit road in the 29. No, that's not Taylor. That's Santa Vala. My bad. Baker and meanwhile, Baker is still basically all by himself in the 21. Surprised he hasn't really joined the pack. Same thing with Torres. Anthony Hernandez was in the pack at some point. There's a smaller group here. Alex Bowen at one point was the fastest driver, currently 11th, 3 wide of Gutierrez. As he goes to the middle, Bubble to the inside. So mostly just a mix. So we got a wide variety of where these drivers are. So we see some bigger packs like this one here, but usually it's just drivers either by themselves or in smaller packs. Again, I feel like there's gonna be probably more aggression and probably more bigger packs in the night qualifying, because again, that will be the one that'll be the closest conditions to the actual Firecracker 400. And there goes my neighbor's dog. Anyways, on board with Taylor. So do you see drivers coming down pit road? Johnny Hernandez in the 46. Daniel Voiles in the 01. Santa Vala's still down. Santa Vala's been on pit road for the past few laps, I think. Okay. Just trying to do some sort of last minute adjustments. As we have less than 4 minutes remaining, about to be less than 3 minutes right now. Now, of course, the dual race is going to be on Saturday, tentatively scheduled on Saturday. I'm hoping to get that. Shouldn't be too much to edit. Right after this ends, I'm going to go right back on the working on that. But one thing to note is that I'll mention it during the duel, intro, is that the duel number 2 will actually set the inside, while duel number 1 will set the outside. Previous year is the other way around, and usually is the other way around historically in the duels. But I decided to shake it up this year. So again, if you're in duel number 2, you're gonna set the inside. Duel number 1 will set the outside. And the duel races will set rows 4 to 6 respectively, while the Fast 6 will set rows 1 to 3. The Fast 6 will be the next day after the duel, currently scheduled for Sunday at 8:30, I should say. Yeah, 8:30. They random boning on the pit road. And this is this is completely out of topic, but why dear Nashville Super Speedway, why in the world do you guys not allow coolers or any outside food or drink? That makes absolutely no sense. That is the most anti-consumer practice I've ever seen a NASCAR track do. I've been to 12 cup races across 5 different tracks across 12 years. None of the tracks I've been to have that problem. Even the COVID Bristol race I went to in 2020, I could still bring a cooler and outside food. if I could bring a cooler and outside tracks there, why can I not bring one for Nashville? That makes no sense. I feel bad. If you're attending Nashville this weekend, I really hope you stay cool and stay hydrated because it's gonna be a hot race over there. But anyways, that's completely out of topic. Let's go back to currently the fastest driver on the track, Patrick Miller in the 33. He's maintained that spot for the last several actually I'd say most of this session. Of course, Miller's come very close to winning he came not only very close to winning the first race in Tennessee before getting involved in a late race caution, but also he was very close to winning Las Vegas too. He was leading late in that race at one point. He's currently 15th in the point standings. So, especially if some of these bigger name drivers wreck out or have mediocre days on next Thursday, this could be huge for that team. As for second place, Johnny Hernandez, could be the start of a good comeback run for the 46 because he's had an absolute I talked to him before the Meadowlands race, and he said asked him like, "What are you gonna do to get out?" If you remember, I asked him, "What are you gonna do to get out of the slump?" He said, "You guys just start performing better, start wrecking less." And so far, even though it's just practice, second place so far on the board is a very promising sign. You know, Matthew Burnett trying to continue his solid season thus far into 2, if I can find him. There he is. So, he's having a pretty solid season. Same thing with Jason Albert in 84. Probably having the best start to a season he's ever had in one of these series. As he is still looking for that first win. And the Firecracker 400, by the way, has produced a number of first-time winners. And next Thursday could potentially be the day for Albert. But as of right now, Patrick Miller, fastest driver here on practice session number 1 of the Firecracker 400 in 2024. Give a big kudos and congrats to that team. Of course, still early. Of course, it's still not even the duels yet. Still ways to go. So, a lot of ways to go here in Firecracker Week, but this is definitely a good way to get things started here at Daytona for the summer's biggest race. So, anyways, let's briefly go over the results here. So, Patrick Miller currently, who's a Mustang, fastest on the board, followed by Johnny Hernandez, a Chevy, and Matthew Burnett. So 2 out of the 3 drivers in the top 3 are all Ford. So Ford's been showing some pretty good speed. So pretty good results there for Ford, who's doesn't have too many drivers under the roster. I'm pretty sure the only other manufacturer that has less drivers under the belt is Pontiac. Pontiac, because most of the field is Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, then Pontiac when it comes to manufacturer count. But anyways. Continuing on, Jason Albert, the highest, Hernandez with the highest Chevy. Albert is the second highest Chevy in 4th, while Nathan Stapleton is the highest Dodge in 5th. Meanwhile, fellow Dodge, I don't know why I said Dodge like that. Kyler Sustry, 6th fastest. Random J, the highest Pontiac, 7th. Roberto Crown, 8th. Joe T, 9th, the highest Toyota, I believe the highest Toyota, yeah, highest Toyota. And Brendan Bill, the defending series champion, in 10th. And of course, I post these results on the Discord probably later tonight. Alex Mullen, 11th fastest. Jack Haas, 12th. Bubble Pop, the points leader, 13th. Anthony Hernandez, 14th. Bradley Ream, 15th. Keyshawn Richardson, 16th. Caleb Rose, 17th. Ryan Wilson, 18th. Lipsy, 19th. And Alex Santavala, 20th. Ross McTrain, the winner from the Meadowlands, 21st. Riley Spurley, 22nd. Skylar Taylor's 23rd. Jordan Forbes, 24th. Matthew Hill, 25th. Jordan Stout, 26th. Carruthers, 27th. Dylan Matthews, 28th. Dan Mattiel, 29th. And Madison Chase will round out the rest of the top 30. And as for the final 5 drivers, when it comes to speed, Phil Torres, 31st. Daniel Voiles, 32nd. The defending Firecracker 400 winner Nick Sant in 33rd. Tennessee summer kickoff winner Gutierrez 34th, and Kellen Baker, despite being the first driver on track, it will be will have the slowest time out of all of the drivers in the field, 47.079. To be fair, he was never really in a pack. Baker just kind of went by himself, not with like a group of, if not with 2 other drivers. So Baker wasn't really in a pack during this session, so I guess I would assume we're just kind of feeling the car out or whatnot, but we'll have to wait and see what will happen tomorrow night with our next practice session. All right, so we just completed today's day practice session. Tomorrow night would be the night practice session. It was originally scheduled for today, but I moved it to tomorrow night. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll also be 25 minutes long because I do want to, because these races, I have to make 3 races in the span of like a week. So I need to have some time. I need to have some time to make these races. So that's why they're kind of shorter than the previous preseason Thunders. Anyways, Saturday would be the WeatherTech Duels at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. While Sunday, the next day, will be the Fast 6 qualifying at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be and by the way, the Fast 6 will be the top 3 drivers from each duel, moving on to compete for rows 1 to 3 for the Firecracker 400. Then on Tuesday would be the Mystery Daytona race. Again, I'm not going to say anything about that race. I'm not going to say where. Well, it's at Daytona, but not specific. It could be any Daytona. It could be the super speedway. It could be the road course. It could be the beach course. Who knows? You gotta find. And I'm not saying what mod or who is going to be in it. So the only way you can find out what this mystery race is to watch it at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, on Thursday, on the 4th of July, my favorite holiday, the best holiday of the year, will be the summer's biggest race, the Firecracker 400, the 5th running of it on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is, of course, barring any delays or times I decide to change up or whatnot. So, of course, that's currently so again, it's the Firecracker Week schedule. Thank you guys for watching this stream. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the second practice session. Also, Nashville, please allow coolers in the future. Then maybe I could attend your races.